And now, the general weather around Alaska.
Satellite imagery showing low pressure tracking northward into the southwest interior out of Bristol Bay today, and that's spreading clouds all the way up into the southern Kobuk Valley over toward Selawik, Kotzebue, that area, with the front trailing down across the Alaska Range here to Kodiak Island, and that bringing gusty winds over south central Alaska. Back to the west, a break along the coast, and then all this open cell cumulus indicating snow showers occurring there for the Pribilof Islands down into the eastern Aleutians and Alaska Peninsula, tapering off as you get out toward Adak and Atka. Panhandle, high pressure made for a dry day with some clearing there. Not too bad up to the north as well here over the Berks Range southward into the northern valleys. And you can see this system bringing snow and rain. Aniak reporting some rain, or Sleepmute reporting some rain. Well, Aniak had just snow all day long today, and that resulting in some winter weather advisories and warnings out for the west central interior. And gusty winds, as I mentioned here, south central Alaska today. On the chart here, on the warning graphic, we've got a high wind warning out for the Alaska Range for tonight, for winds gusting to 75 miles per hour out of the south and southeast. And over here to the west, we've got from Ambler on down to the northern Kuskokwim Valley and McGrath and Nikolai. Got winter weather advisories, and in the case of Galena, a winter storm warning, and that's for heavy wind and snow in these areas, 4 to 7 inches of snow possible as that system pulls northward and slowly weakens tonight. On the chart today, here's the low center there tracking into the southern Kuskokwim Valley, and the front over toward the Alaska Range, and the gradient difference between this 991 millibar low and this 1025 millibar high, creating the gusty southeast winds across eastern Turnagain Arm, winds gusting anywhere from 50 to 60 miles per hour, and anywhere from 40 to 50 miles an hour across the Anchorage area. Lighter winds up in toward the Manauskas, the Sitna Valley areas, but those southeast winds pushing temperatures in some areas into the mid-40s across the Kenai Peninsula and northern Cook Inlet today. And for tonight, that system tracks northwestward, so the winds really diminish, and just some leftover precipitation on the light side here of the rain or snow for the western Alaska Range, Kenai Peninsula, and into Prince William Sound. Stays dry here over the Panhandle. Look for an increase in the clouds later tonight, though, especially toward morning. Weak low over the northern Bering Sea, and the trough keeps those snow showers kind of lifting northward there and dissipating from the Pribilof, so drying out over the southern Bering Sea to the Aleutians, Alaska Peninsula. Dry conditions. Next front pushing wind, rain, and snow into the far western Aleutians. And then we'll see for tomorrow, this low tracks northwestward. They all seem to be gravitating toward the Kenai Peninsula or Prince William Sound from the northeast Pacific, and this one will be no different as it brings another increase in the wind, rain, and snow here into the Kodiak Island area, up across the Barren Island, southern Cook Inlet, Kenai Peninsula. Gale force winds for the North Gulf Coast on down the Panhandle as that approaches the southeast coast. But to the north and west, dry conditions, light winds, variably cloudy skies all the way from the Arctic coast down here into the southeast Bering Sea, Bristol Bay area, Alaska Peninsula. This front starting to weaken, but drives eastward, spreading rain and snow into the Adak-Atka area with some gusty winds as the main low center hangs back out toward the west there. Just a weak trough right through here with possible snow shower activity. Pretty isolated, hit and miss, more miss than hit here for Nunivak Island up towards let's see, Gamble there. Maybe some clearing here along the west and southwest coastal areas. And then for the day on Thursday, that front really weakens here across the southern Bering Sea, that low tracking slowly eastward and slowly weakening, but not making a big push to the east. And low center develops along this low, but looks like at this point in time, it's going to track south of Kodiak Island, may bring some light rain to the central and southern and southeast part of the island, but nothing heavy, definitely nothing heavy in the way of wind as well. Light winds over all of interior Alaska. Weak trough here along the North Gulf Coast keeps rain and snow showers in the forecast here for the Kenai Peninsula, especially the eastern Kenai Peninsula, western Prince William Sound, and the North Gulf Coast. Probably see the heaviest precipitation amounts from Yakutat to Cordova once again, with some shower activity down the southeast coast. Again, dry over the interior areas there, but quite windy on the south side of this low center. Probably gale force westerlies here coming across the western and central Aleutians with numerous rain and snow showers. Lows tonight out that way in the lower 30s there for all of the Aleutians, upper 20s Pribilof Islands, and anywhere from 25 to 35 Bristol Bay and the Alaska Peninsula areas. Lows lower 30s here for south central Alaska, mid 30s Kodiak Island. Maybe a little below zero here over the eastern interior, but not too far below. Warming into the near 20 as you head west there. Lower 20s for the Seward Peninsula. And lows in the upper 20s, northern panhandle to upper 30s down toward the south. And then the highs tomorrow, 30s, northern southeast coast, 38 for Juneau, 44 for Craig, Klawock, near 40 for Kodiak and Homer. Mid 30s south central Alaska, again rising above freezing tomorrow. And upper 20s and lower 30s for the Bristol Bay area, lower 40s for the eastern Aleutians, and in the 30s for the Alaska Peninsula, Pribilofs all the way up to St. Lawrence Island. Highs in the teens and 20s, coldest over the eastern part of the state, and mostly in the teens for the Arctic coast, North Slope, and Brooks Range. Lows Thursday morning, 5 below to 5 above for the most part here, north of the Alaska Range there. Roughly about Fairbanks northward to the eastern Arctic coast. South of that area, lows in the 20s, a little chillier over the Copper River Basin. Upper 20s to mid 30s for the Panhandle, right around 30 for Kodiak, and 15 to 25 for Bristol Bay, a little cooler there. In the 30s for the Aleutians and Bering Sea, and then highs in the teens from the Arctic coast into the central interior areas. Chillier down toward North Wyandotte, maybe highs around 5 there. And upper 20s for the Sitna Valley, lower 30s for Cook Inlet and the Kenai Peninsula to near 40 Kodiak Island. Not much change for the Panhandle, lies in the upper 30s north, 40s to the south.